Sure enough, folks, it's an English mating party.
You guys want to go up there? That's fine.
Notice the British. They're getting ready for a volley. Deadly fire. Fortunately, the Americans are behind their wall of protection there. But even that will only help so much. The men will quickly reload. There's a pause in the officers go along to encourage their men to keep it up. We must not have any cowards today. This needs to be a day of courage for the men to face the steel and iron with utter resolve. One of the ideas is to try to flank them, to get around one side. This is not the day and age of radios, ham radios, Blackberries. This is where you have to send couriers. Here we have reinforcements coming up to help this outnumbered group. Here come the British into the fire of the Continentals. We see also around the corner here a Tory militia unit. An officer is down. This is serious for the Continental group, as the men oftentimes are like sheep without a shepherd if their officers are taken out. All right, look at this. I don't know if it's another volley from the British or maybe it's a bayonet charge. There we go. Another deadly volley from those trained British. Here we come with a bayonet charge. Then the Continental got it. No, they've had too many loses. They're falling back. They're falling back to the abatis. Hopefully in their cannon fire behind them, they can hold it. Here comes the militia Tory unit up on the British left. Under the fire, the Continentals and the militia are falling back. They're having a difficult time. Here we have our camp followers. They're often known as Molly pitchers. Sometimes we call them Mollies because they're out to the wounded soldiers as well on hot days like this to help them cool and not to have the heat stroke. The camp followers, our Mollies, are very important, even in the time of battle, in order to save lives. The men continue to go down. The British fire is taking its toll here today. Here we have Mollies coming again. We've got a lot of wounded on the militia and the Continental line today. The numbers of the Continentals and the militia greatly reduced. This has been a difficult day for them today. Here comes the Tory unit right in the very face. See if the Continentals can slow them down. Not much. Here we go. On the American left, we see a British flanking unit going behind the abatis. Now they've caught the Americans both ways. Can the Americans hold? Just a few shots. Can they hold it today? Here come the British bringing more reserve units up. The strength is definitely today with the British. And now we see what is left of the militia and the Continental. Will run off for day for another one. We see one brave young man there today. Now, folks, you may wonder, wow, you're disappointed today. Why didn't I see an American Continental victory? Well, the reason you didn't see one is because we didn't win all the battles. In fact, we lost more battles than we won. The important thing is we won some very important battles like Saratoga in 1777. Of course, the last great major action was in Yorktown in 1781. George Washington would have never been hired as an NFL coach. His record in battle was about 4-8. How many people are looking for a head coach who's 4-8? Well, that's the difference in the modern mind. The genius of General George Washington was that he kept the army together, and finally, with the help of the French in 1781, we captured our second entire army there in October. General Cornwallis was humiliated, and with that, after 8 years of war, the British public no longer had any taste for the war as well. And we'll see that in the sense of the war, The British actually lost more and had more casualties. But remember, far more many men died of disease than they ever died out here on the battlefield, and yet a brave lot are they not? You see, it was courage. You see, it was determination. You see, it was patience, endurance that won the War of Independence, because we believed in the principles of America. We believed no taxation, okay, without representation. We believed in the right of the freedom of religion and many other things, and the right of personal property rights. These men were up against great odds. It was nothing more than a miracle that the Americans wore and defeated the greatest and most powerful nation in the world, the British Empire, to become the United States of America. Can we have 3 hip hip huzzahs for the United States of America? Hip hip. Huzzah! Hip hip. Huzzah! Hip hip. Huzzah! Now, you'll notice we want to try to revive some of these soldiers. Some of them have bullet wounds. Dr. Waldo will be doing surgery over there by the surgeon's tents. We'll be open here for another 10 or 15 minutes. This is not for the faint-hearted. This is not for the weak of stomach. There's lots of blood, but we must save these soldiers. So over there, inside over there by the surgeon's tent, will be 2 surgeries to try to save these dear soldiers' lives who've given everything. Thank you for joining us here today in this battle of recreation.